这一集我回顾一下31到40集只念一下就不解释，前面都解释过这大卷舌卷一半跟不卷舌3个 A 的音我们就熟悉一下这样我们的熟悉了以后，我们的发音就比较接近美国人Evidence 这边都写出来卷一半。It's very cold with evidence that he had been outside.Evident 一个名词一个形容词嘛这个可以念两个 every 跟 every 都可以。Every student must take the test 如果你觉得你要念清楚一点，你就念 every 如果有时候赶快嘛不需要念得那么清楚，就 every。 You'd have every chance of being elected every day, everything, everywhere 这3个叫衍生字。 Evasion He has been accused of income tax evasion. Evasive 这是形容词嘛上面是名词嘛。Is exact I gave the shopkeeper the exact change. My father is exact in many matters. We should exact fines if he'd ever drops later on the streets. Exactly Exaggerate The fisherman exaggerated the size of the fish he caught. Exaggeration 这两个 A 发音是不一样的，一个大卷舌一个不卷舌。 Exam She didn't pass exam. Examination On examination it was found that her blood pressure was too high. There's a real examination in Japanese tomorrow. Examine The suitcases were examined by the customs officials. Example This is a typical example of Chinese painting. Excavate 这两个 E 跟 A 发音也不一样。The workers excavate a cave in the hillside. Excel Excels him in knowledge. Excellence We owe praise to excellence of his thing. Excellent 前面名词后面形容词。Except You can't eat anything except fish. Only a few of the students would accept her criticism. Excess Eating an excess of candy will harm your teeth. Airlines charge for the excess luggage. Exchange We'll exchange gifts at Christmas. An exchange opinions is helpful. What's the rate of exchange for American dollars today? Exclaim She exclaimed in astonishment at the sight of the presents. Exclamation Execute The general's commands were promptly executed. She was executed for murder. Executive A mayor should have executive ability. He's a senior executive in an insurance company. Exempt He was exempt from military service. Milk is exempt from taxation. Exemption Exercise Regular exercise is good for your heart. I did exercises in English grammar. To choose when on a training exercise. Your dog will get fat if you do not exercise it. Expand The eagle expanded its wings as it rose in the air. Expanse There was a great expanse of desert before us. Expansion In planting bridges, one must allow for expansion in hard weather. Expect I expect she's tired after a day at her office. Expectation Expel Whales expel water from blowholes of their heads. Kevin was expelled from the club because he failed to pay his dues. Expand. We have expended too much time on the subject. Expendable. In order to win the war, human life is expendable. Expenditure. You must avoid unnecessary expenditure of money and resources. Expense. The library was built at a considerable expense. Expensive. She was wearing an expensive watch. Experiment. She did some experiments to show that water boils at 100 degrees. Alice loves experimenting when cooking. Experimental. Expert. A garden expert told us how to grow plants well. He has become expert at cards. Explain. Could you explain why it is colder and wetter than in summer? Explanation. Express. He has so far expressed no opinion. I expressed the package to a friend in the Philippines. It was her express wish that it should have her villa after her death. I like to travel express. Expression. You can find many slang expressions in the book. She had an angry expression in her eyes. Extend. She extended her visit for 1 week. She extended her arms. May I extend welcome to you all. Extension. Its main end was the extension of its power. May I have extension of time for paying my bill? Do you have a telephone extension in your bedroom? Extensive. The knowledge of English is quite extensive. Extent. From the roof you can see the full extent of the lake. Exterminate. The job is to exterminate rats and mice. Extermination. Extra. I don't have any extra money to donate. The price includes all your food, but drink is an extra. I was employed as an extra in the movie. Extract. He extracted the cork from the bottle. The newspaper extracted several passages from the person's speech and printed them on the front page. Add a teaspoon of vanilla extract to the milkshake. Extraction. Her teeth are so bad that she needs 5 extractions. Extravagance. Their extravagance is the reason why they have no money. 这边 thing 是错了，应该 THEY. Her new convertible was an extravagance she could not afford. Extravagant. Fable. Aesop's fable, the grasshopper and the ant, teaches the need to work hard and be thrifty. Fabric. I have enough fabric left over from my coat to make a vest. The fabric society is crumbling away. Fabrication. The fabrication of airplane parts is an important industry here. The boy's story is a pure fabrication. Phase. Don't forget to wash your face and hands. She put a book face up on the desk. The face of the village had changed greatly. Please face the camera. Facial. The facial expression didn't change. Mary went to a beauty salon to have a facial. Fact. Tell us all the facts so that we can decide what to do. Factor. Health is a major factor of happiness. Factory. My sister works in a chocolate factory. Faculty. He has a faculty for languages. There will be a meeting of the faculty and students tomorrow. Fate. The sun will fade to curtains. The cherry blossoms have faded. Fahrenheit. Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 一般是要大写的。Fail. She failed new students this term. Bring the money tomorrow without fail. Failure. Faint. I could hear a faint noise behind the door. I feel faint. I need to lie down. She nearly fainted pain. Fair. She failed to owe her students. The weatherman says it will be fair tomorrow. He met a girl with fair hair and skin. We must play fair and no competitions. We should new kinds of the machines at the agricultural fair. Fairyland. A fairyland is only an imaginary realm out of fairy story. Faith. I had complete faith in my doctor. Fake. Could you fake your father's signature? He wore a fake mustache to the party. The diamond necklace is just a fake. Fame. The scientific research brought her much fame. Family. John is the youngster in our family. Woods is a member of the dog family. Famine. The long war was followed by famine. Famous. The town is famous for its hot spring. The hot springs of Winchester. Fan. Ladies used to carry fans to keep themselves cool. She fanned air to cool herself. The singer replies personally to all her fan mail. 这个 fan mail 连在一起 fan mail 就不要分开来念了。Fanatic. She's fanatic about reading novels. Fancy. She had a tendency to indulge in flights of fancy. This dress is too fancy for the occasion. Can't you fancy marrying an old rich man? Fantastic. She had some fantastic idea that I was poisoning her. Fantasy. Many children live in a world of fantasy. Fair. What is the fare from Taichung to Taipei? The taxi driver stopped to pick at the fare. The fare served on the cruise was excellent. How did you fare at your new job? Farewell. Farewell, my dear friends. She bade us farewell and went away. Fascinate. I was fascinated by her beauty. Fascination. He watched a television program in fascination. Fascism. He wrote a book on the rise of fascism in Europe in the 1930s. Fascist. The fascists committed monstrous crimes during the Second World War. Fashion. Fashion changed quickly. She's been behaving in a very weird fashion. She fashioned a claim to a ball. Fast. This is a fast train to Taipei. It doesn't stop anywhere. If you walk fast, you can catch up with the children in front. She has some fast friends. Either die fast or wait around. With the extra glue that's stamped out to stick fast. She has just finished 3 days fast. They always fast during the religious holidays. Fasten. Fasten your seatbelt when you drive a car. She fastened her eyes on me. Fat. If you don't like the fat, cut it off. Don't cook vegetables and too much fat. You ought to eat less. You are getting too fat. The gambler took out a fat wallet. Fido. The wound would be fatal to her. Fatality. Fortunately, there were no fatalities in the car accident. Fate. Fate decreed that he would never see her again. Favorite. Purple is my favorite color. Which writer is a favorite? Fax. Faxes sent to the bank have so far not been answered. He faxed the report to the office. Favor. Would you do me a favor and lend me your pen? The waiter is trying to win our favor. Every guest at the party receive a cup as a favor. Such favors the brief. A teacher must try not to favor one of his or her students. Fed. Have you fed a baby already? The feds have ruled that tobacco cannot be advertised. Federal. Switzerland is a federal state. In the U.S., a foreign policy decided by the federal government and the federal laws made by Congress. Fell. It fell to the ground from the tree. They were felling from the other trees in this area. Follow. What a nice fellow. What a nice fellow he is. The boy went to join his fellows on the playing field. His fellow students were younger than him. Felt. I felt the pain in my knee last week. Felt is a very heavy material made of wood, hair, or a third pressed together. Feminine. Mary was a very feminine person. Tigress is a feminine form of tiger. Feminism. Fence. You need a strong wire fence around the chickens. They fence off the lake and cage the children fell in. She fenced with me for half an hour before I got a truce. He fenced with a new sword. Fend. He fended all the dark with an umbrella. After her parents died, she had to fend for herself. Fender. Ferry. We'll take the ferry across the river to the village. Ferry boat. Festival. Christmas is a Christian festival. Fetch. Fetch me my slippers. The sofa should fetch a good price. Finance. The company needs an expert in finance. The bank would help me to finance my new house. Financial. Flag. A ship carries the flag of its country. Flame. The flame of candle flicker in the wind. The flame of love was kindled between them. Fire flamed no suddenly. Her cheeks flamed up. Flank. His legs gripped the flanks of the horse. The attack was in an enemy's right flank. The middle suspect appeared flanked by 2 policemen. Flap. The bird flapped its wings. I could hear the flap of the flag blowing in the wind. Flare. The fell light flared across the room. My new skirt is now straight and flares at the knees. The match gave a flare and then went out. The police put up flares on the road to warn motorists of the accident. Flash. A flash of lightning frightened the little girl. Suddenly, I felt a flash of inspiration. If you want to take a picture here, you should use a flash. Do you hear the flash about the king's death? She flashed a torch into the dark room. He flashed his ID card. Flashlight. Send the flashlight on the server and see if you can find my ring. I need a flashlight because the light's not very good. Flat. The earth is not flat. The tire looks flat. His writing is mostly flat. This beer is flat. This battery is completely flat. You turn me down flat. The hunters wade into the flats looking eagerly for ducks. Do you live in a house or a flat? Flatter. He flatters boss with many compliments. Flavor. The shop sells yogurt and 12 different flavors. The celebration has an Eastern flavor. I flavor the soup with salt and pepper. Flesh. Lions are flesh-eating animals. The flesh of the peach is sweet and juicy, flexible. The tube is flexible. My doctor is flexible of his hours. Flexibility. Forget. I forget her name. He usually forgets himself when it's been praised. Fraction. The insurance company paid only a fraction of the cost. 1/5 is a fraction. Fracture. When she fell, she suffered a fracture of her wrist. She fractured her left arm. A serious misunderstanding, fracture of friendship. Fragile. The China seems very fragile. Fragment. The vase broke into fragments. The special glass is very strong, but will fragment if hit by something sharp. Fragrance. Do you like the fragrance of roses? Fragrant. String. This old bat has an iron frame. He has a large frame. He is engaged in framing a house. He claimed that he had been framed. 这边 framed 是被陷害的意思啊。France 啊，很多欧洲人念 France 啊。The capital of France is Paris. Franchise. The United States granted the franchise to women in 1920. The city granted the company a franchise to operate hot buses on the city streets. Frank. What do you think of my book? Please be frank about it. Frantic. The mother was frantic with grief when she heard that her child was dead. Freight. A truck brought a load of freight from the factory to the warehouse. Freighter. French. That gentleman is French. Many Chinese classics have been translated into French. The French know how to enjoy their life. French fries 啊，叫薯条啊。French leaf 啊，不告而别啊。Fresco 叫壁画。Beautiful frescoes covered walls and ceiling of the cathedral. Fresh. These are fresh axe that I bought from the founder's money. Please go and get some fresh towels. They came out of the mine into the fresh air. The image is still fresh in my mind. It's fresh to the work. Tell the young man not to get fresh with a new secretary. Fret. The noise frets my nerves. Gadget. Americans have found their gadgets. Friends lie their purses with a cobweb thread 啊，这是成语啊。谚语啊，谚语啊。My parents' friends are the arts. Gain. To gain experience by working at a father's company. What I have to gain by living here alone? The train was gaining speed. This other car gained 5 minutes a day. He finally gained the shore. She would do anything for gain. Galaxy. Each galaxy contains billions of stars. Gale. The ship lost her mast in the gale. They broke into gales of laughter. Gallant. The gallant knight died to save his friend. The gentleman was gallant to old ladies. Gallants and the ladies attend the bar gallery. I took a trip to the art gallery yesterday. Gallon. The car does 20 miles to the gallon. Gallop. Shall we go for a gallop? The frightened horse galloped away. Gallows. The mother was hanged on the gallows at noon. Gallopo 就盖洛普测验了，民意测验。A gallopo carried out last week suggests that 3 out of 5 voters are unclear what the Green Party stands for. Gamble. To gamble $100 on the race. It's a bit of gamble whether the company will succeed or not. Gambler. Game. Monopoly 就那个游戏大富翁 Monopoly is a very popular game here. She lost the first game of the second set. He was given some toys and games for his birthday. He's hunting again in the woods. I can see through his game. He's a game old guy. Are you game for a swim? Game. The gang workers finished the rail line in record time. The police are looking for the gang of terrorists. Can I join your gang? They gang together to steal a car. Gangster. Gape. The children gape at the tigers in the zoo. A deep hole in the earth gaped before us. Gap. The boy got in through a gap in the fence. Both parents and teenagers must try to bridge the generation gap between them. She returned to school to finish a college education at a gap of 3 years. Garrison. The garrison station in a town by defense. The city was garrisoned by a company of soldiers. Gas. Oxygen is a gas. We heat our house by gas. My new car doesn't use much gas. 这都是它的复合字衍生字gas chamber. 这个杀这个犹太的那个煤气室gas mask 防毒面具gas meter 瓦斯计用多少瓦斯 gas station 加油站gasp. He was conscious to the last gasp. Mother gasped in surprise as she read the letter. 这个一定要念 read 大部分造句是过去式就不能念 read 念 read. Gate. Shut the gate to keep in the cows. China Airlines Flight 121 to Tokyo is now boarding at gate 17. Gather. He gathered boys about him. The novelist gathered materials for her work. The girls are gathering flowers. She gathered a skirt at the waist. Gauge. Wire is available in various gauges. The fuel gauge dropped gradually toward the zero. Money is seldom a true gauge of one's success. A gauge ran forward with a rain gauge. Gay. The children were gay and cheerful. He told me he was gay. Is he a gay? Gaze. They gazed into each other's eyes. His gaze was fixed on her. Gel. Alice used gel in her hair to keep the style in place. The pudding hasn't gelled properly yet. Gem. The crown sparkled with gems. The ring is a gem in my collection. She has a ring gemmed with diamonds. Gemini. Which sign of zodiac are you? I'm Gemini. A Gemini was usually born between May 21st and June 20th. 这一集回顾到这里。